Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hello, welcome. My name's Megan. I make videos and sometimes they're good. In today's video, I am doing my third installment of my Declutter series, and it's all about my lip products. Specifically, all of the liquid lipsticks I have because I refuse to buy anything else. So as with the other two Declutter videos, I'm going to be going through all of my products and seeing which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to get rid of. A lot of them are going to be expired actually, so I'll be probably throwing a lot of them away. And I don't really want to share a whole lot of lip products with other people just because I don't want to, spread the germs. So it'll either be going in the trash or staying in my collection today. But before I ramble any further, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell, and to be notified every time I post a new video, because I post a lot of these declutters and people seem to like them. So if you want to know when I post another one, you better hit that bell. Get right into all of these liquid lipsticks. This is going to be a long one. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go through my high-end liquid lipsticks and products. First, I have a hard time parting with these, so I don't think I'm going to get rid of a lot, but there definitely are some in this collection that are expired, and I want to get rid of those because we need to make room for new ones. Just saying. But yeah, so let's do it. So when you look at my drawer, I have it kind of split up by sections. So I have some Too Faced, I've got some Jeffree Star, Dose of Colors, ABH, some Urban Decay and Estee Lauder, MAC. These are all like lipsticks. And then just some miscellaneous back in the back. So let's go through it. First, I'm going to go ahead and go through my Dose of Colors shades. I am going to tell you every shade that I own and possibly swatch some as well, probably to compare them for my own viewing pleasure. So the first shade that I have is one that I don't really have in a lot of my collection, and it's super nude. It's the shade Bear With Me, I believe. No, it's not the shade Bear With Me. It's the shade Let's Cuddle. It's a super beigey peach nude shade. It's really, really pretty, and I don't have anything like it, so I'm going to keep it. And you're going to hear me say that a lot, but it's not really true. Next, we have the one I'm wearing today. It is the shade Warm and Fuzzy. It is a really pretty light pink with a little bit of a hint of a peach undertone to it as well. Next, we have the shade Mondays. This is my favorite lip shade for fall. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to need a new one by the end of this fall because of how much I wear it. It's just a really nice deep burgundy kind of terracotta shade. Gorgeous. Next, we have Strawberry Pop. This is the brightest red that I own. Like, it's so bright. Look at that. It's gorgeous though. It's that really, really nice strawberry color, but I think it's a little bit more pink than an actual strawberry. The shade Bittersweet. I guess I'm swatching all of these. So this is a more orangey tone red. I don't have a whole lot of those, so I'm keeping that. I'm keeping all of my Dose of Color ones, just so y'all know. Next, we have the shade Extra Saucy. This is from a holiday collection, I believe, but it is an actual, like permanent shade in their collection. It's just a nice deep red, true red. I have the shade Savage from the Dose of Colors X Desi and Katie collection. This is the deepest purple I have ever seen in my life. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't wear it enough, but I'm keeping it because it's Desi and Katie. Next, I have the shade Lazy Daisy. This is another one that I wear quite frequently. It's a perfect nude shade right there in the middle. And that's all of my Dose of Colors. Next up, we have all of my Jeffree Star lipsticks and my liquid lipsticks. So I'm going to start with my 3 lipsticks so far, and keep an eye out because I have a Jeffree Star unboxing that may have already happened. Maybe it didn't. I got all the mystery boxes. If it already happened, I'll link it below. So I have 3 shades of my Jeffree Star lipsticks. The shade Jeffree's Girl, which is just a pinky pink. This reminds me of the shade Regina George, the highlighter, but it is the truest pink that I have ever seen. I have the shade Allegedly, which is actually a gorgeous, gorgeous peachy brick shade. It's a really nice nude for everyday. It's actually not a nude, but like it's a good everyday shade, I think. Next, I have the shade Baby Spice, which is similar to Jeffree's Girl. However, it is a bit more of a warm pink. As you can see, the Jeffree's Girl is neon, and this one is a bit more on the warm side. Now on to those liquid lipsticks. I have 9 liquid lipsticks from Jeffree Star. I need to set these up. First up, we have the shade Leo. I haven't worn any of these enough, but this is a really nice dark terracotta shade, I'd say. Next, I have the shade Daddy from the Manny MUA collection that they don't talk about anymore. And that's just literally like a brown shade. I'm not a huge fan of it, but because it was limited edition, I'm going to keep it. Next, I have the shade I'm Royalty, which is a nice purple shade. This is gorgeous for eyeliner looks and things of that nature, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that as well. I'm not getting rid of any of Jeffree Star either, so I don't know why I called this video a declutter, because it's more of just me telling you what I have. This is the shade Delicious. This is a deep mauvey purpley shade, which is right in the middle there. It's got hints of brown, but I definitely say it would be more of a deep mauve. Next, I have the shade Unicorn Blood. This is one of his most iconic colors, and it's just a deep, deep red shade. Next, I have the shade Rose Madder from Jeffree Star. It's a nice pinky shade. It looks just like that. I have I'm Shook from the Manny MUA collection. And this one's actually almost dead. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's kind of like a little bit of a reddish peachy shade, and it's gorgeous. It's a really great red shade. Next, I have shade Androgyny. This is another favorite for fall for me. It's a really deep mauve as well. You're gonna stop being able to like track what I'm doing here. I have the shade Watermelon Soda as well. That wraps up this part of my collection, but that's just a really bright watermelon color. Next up, I have a bunch of nudes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like, when I say a bunch, like, I mean a bunch. Like, there's still more. Hold on. I have 18 nudes. Some of them are the same. So we're gonna start with the lightest and go to the darkest for my ABH shades. This is the shade Naked. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I'm even swatching this. That is the shade Naked. We have the shade Starfish. Also another first swatch for me there. This is a brown color. So the first one was a really light peach. Next we have the shade Stripped. Another first. Clearly you can tell what I'm into and what I'm not into when it comes to makeup. Next we have the shade Pure Hollywood. I have 2 of these guys. This is, like, you can tell, like, this is the old packaging. So that's Pure Hollywood. I'm not going to swatch the other one, obviously. Next we have the shade Hudson, which is a little bit deeper nude. Next we have the shade Trouble, which I also have 2 of. And I'm gonna go right here with that one. And this one is more of a purpley mauve nude. Next up is my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. It is Dusty Rose. I am obsessed with this color. I wear this color all the time. I think it's so flattering. I've got the shade Dazed, which I also really like this one. It's more of a berry tone. Next, I have the shade Catherine. It has been in my collection for a while as well. Obviously, it also has that original doe foot applicator. Next, I have the shade Brixton. I'm trying to add. Okay, so Brixton's gonna go right here. This is a nice dark brick shade. We have the shade Taboo next, which is a more of a dark purpley berry shade. I have the shade Seraphine, which is one of the OG shades because it's got one of those doe fits. We've got the shade American Doll, which this is like my favorite red. Like, it's dried out. That's how much I love it. Once I get a new one, I'll get rid of this. And then finally, we have the shade Heathers, which if you haven't seen the movie Heathers, get your life together. Deep berry shade right there. Y'all, I've got so much swatched. Next, I'm going to swatch some of my lipsticks for you guys. First up, we have the shade Back Talk from Urban Decay. This is one that I was super excited to get when I got it. It's a great lipstick. Gorgeous. Next, I have the shade Big Bang from Urban Decay, which, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this one. I literally have used this once in my entire life, and I'm not going to use it again, so let's get rid of that one. Next, I have a bunch of shades from Estee Lauder. This is the shade Vengeful Red. It's clearly like never been swatched type situation, but it's a pretty red. However, it's like I haven't worked at Estee Lauder in a few years. Next, I have the shade Desirous, which is this one. I'm not going to swatch that. I'm going to see if a friend wants it. We have the shade Daring, which is just orange. I'll swatch that because, ooh, it broke. Look at that. Okay, well, we're getting rid of that shade anyways, so it's fine. But it broke, so. And finally, for Estee Lauder, we have Bois de Rose, which is just a nice, like, mid-tone color, which I'm actually going to keep this one because it's really pretty. Next, we have from MAC, we have the shade Captive. I remember being the biggest fan of this shade. Like, I wanted it so bad, and I have it now, and I'm going to keep it. Next, I have the shade So Select, which was like one of their select member shades right when they came out. It's right there and like right here. When they first launched their like membership program. And then I have the shade Kinda Sexy, which I got because Nikki Tutorials talked about all the time. And it's just a light peachy shade right at the bottom there. I also have from Urban Decay the shade 714, which is a nice red shade, which is right at the bottom there. And finally, from Estee Lauder, I have one more, and it's a plum shade, but I'm not going to swatch it because I'm going to give it to a friend. Hey, I finally got rid of like 5 lipsticks, guys. Are you proud of me? Alright, so this is kind of just my like mixed up section. I've got 2 liquid lips from Kat Von D. This one is a newer one. I'm not going to use it. I got it in a BoxyCharm. It's the shade Lovesick. I don't really use a whole lot of Kat Von D anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and give that to a friend. And this one is dead, and I'm going to throw it away. It's Lolita. Next, I have a shade from Elizabeth Arden. It's a red, and it's got some stuff on it, and it's kind of gross, so I'm going to throw that away. I have had these 3 little pencils from NARS for years. I'm going to get rid of those. This is a little sample shade from Marc Jacobs. Also going to get rid of that. We don't need samples. I have Huda Beauty's shade Heartbreaker. It's an amazing red. I love it a lot, and it's kind of like my go-to red right now. I've got Fenty Beauty Uncuffed. This is another one that is kind of like a go-to shade for me on the edge of my palm right there. So I'm going to keep that. And then finally in this little section I have got Smashbox, always on liquid lipstick in this shade Babe Alert. And this is literally dried up, so that's going. And then for the last quadrant of the first drawer, I I have got some Too Faced ones. I've got a little Tarte guy, so let's check them out. I got a Tarte lip liner, and I'm going to keep that. I don't have many lip liners. And then I have a couple shades from Too Faced. I have this shade, I believe this is Sellout, right there. Keeping that. I have the shade Cool Girl, which is more of a brownie color right there. Probably should just put them on the inside of my wrist. I have the shade Lady Balls, which was my favorite red for such a long time. It's still really pretty, and I might get a new one. Nice blue undertone red there. I've got the shade Drop Dead Red, which is, like it sounds, a very deep reddish purple. I've got the shade Queen Bee from Too Faced, which is a nice mauvey pink color. I've got Bend and Snap from Too Faced as well, which is a very like berry colored liquid lipstick. I also have this one from Tarte. It's the Tarteist Lip Paint in the shade Get It. It's like orangey peach. And I'm going to keep that. Alright, so we went through the first drawer. It is now time to go through the second drawer. That was a pleasant noise. I don't have this organized because I ran out of organizers. But let's just go through it. I'm going to try and go by brand, but we'll see what actually happens. Alright. So first I have two Morphe liquid lipsticks. I have the shade Schoolgirl, which is this one right here. It's a light peachy shade. And I have the shade Virgin, which is a super nude shade, which Jaclyn Hill made popular. And I had to get for myself because I love Jaclyn Hill. Next, I have three Maybelline Super Stay liquid lipsticks. I have this really nice red shade. It's the shade 20 Pioneer. Right there. I have the shade 15 Lover, which is a great shade that I actually wear super often. Very nice pinky nude. And then I have the shade 80 Ruler, which is a deeper version, I think, of the shade Lover, which is that one on the end. Next up, I have a few shades from Ofra. So I've got 4 shades from Ofra. I've got this nice purple shade, which the shade name has rubbed off, so I'm just going to say it's a nice purple shade. And it's a metallic one too. I believe this is a Manny MUA collab right here. A nice peachy nude. I've got this shade, which I've rubbed off everything that you could even, like, apparently I don't know any of the names of my Ofra liquid lipsticks, and they're old too, because this is the old packaging. And then I have the shade Aries, which is a super nude peachy shade. Next, I have 2 from Colored Rain based on Nikki Tutorials. Like recommendations, this is the shade 24/7, which is a super nude shade, so that's like a perfect name for it. I need to wear that more often. That's gorgeous. And then I have this shade Bachelorette, which is a deeper brown shade right there. Next up, I have one from the Beauty Crop. I'm guessing this came in a BoxyCharm. That's a gorgeous shade though. I feel like I need to try that out. I'm gonna keep that. Next, I have Cloud Lips from some other brand, Lacquer & Co. in the shade Storm, which I haven't used this and I'm not going to use this, so I'm going to actually get rid of this one. I'm not going to swatch it. I'm going to see if one of my friends wants it. I have a Charlotte Tilbury liquid lip, which honestly didn't know I had. in the shade 100 Bad. Right there. It's a nice peachy nude. I'm going to actually move that over to my higher end drawer. Next, I have 3 liquid lips from ColourPop. I have the shade Mess Around, which seems like a very nude brown shade. I have this shade Thursday, which is a deep purpley pinkish shade right there. And then finally, I have this shade Bad Habit, which is a deep mauve purpley berry color. That was pretty much every color I could think of, all just said at one time. I have this e.l.f. lip pencil thingy. It's like a thicker lip pencil, so I feel like I can talk about it. But it's really pretty. It's a nice like lighter red shade. I have this NYX Cosmic Metals lip cream. It's a green lipstick. It looks like that, and I have absolutely nothing like it, so I'm going to keep it. I have a lipstick from Maybelline. It's called Lust for Blush. It's number 665. It's a nice pinky nude shade right there. Keeping that. I have this lip lure from Pure Cosmetics that looks really gross, so I'm going to get rid of that. I have this reddish orange from DLS Makeup in the shade Phantom. This is probably another BoxyCharm one, and it's a nice orangey red. I have 2 of the Wet n Wild Catsuit liquid lipsticks. I have a red. Who is why? Why do you have to do that? So I've got the red one here. And it's a nice, just classic red. And these are, I think, like $4.99. Super cheap and really good formula. And then I have the shade Coral Corruption, which is right in the middle there. Just a nice true coral. I have the shade Baddest Beige from Maybelline, which is just like it says, a beige lipstick. Really pretty. I've got this one called Tropical Coral, number 444 from L'Oreal. This is actually one that I got as a Secret Santa from one of my friends named Hannah, and it's one of my favorite lipsticks, so. I also have this Hank and Henry liquid lipstick. It's a like deeper kind of berry shade, not berry, it's more of like a mauve, I'd say, but it's really, really, really gorgeous. And that is actually it for my drugstore indie brand side as well. So I was able to get rid of a few lipsticks and liquid lipsticks, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot of lipsticks in it, probably way over 100, but thank you for sticking it out. If you did, leave a turtle in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell to be notified of every declutter video that I put up, which I put up a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!